So I'm just going to show you a handful of these Pilates ring exercises today. Good news is I am getting in better shape. For those of you that didn't know, I had a health scare. I can't really do intense exercises yet, but I'm getting there. It's a slow process, but I got to heal first before I could take it to that next level of intensity. So hopefully these exercises are enjoyable and useful for you. Let's get started. Now this one you could do seated, standing, on your knees, whatever you prefer, whatever's more comfortable for you. The key on this one is going to work the core some, because like a lot of Pilates exercises, focuses on the core, but it's also going to use the pectoral muscles, the chest, and the arms. So what I want to do on this one is once again squeeze by keeping my elbows close to the body, fully extend outwardly and back. Once again, the whole set, not just the repetition, but the entire set and every repetition, you want to keep that squeeze in on the ring, okay? Once again, when you get a little bit of practice, you'll be able to judge where you could push as hard as you feel comfortable and make it through the set, or you could try squeezing as hard as you can and then holding that for as long as you can, then easing up a little bit, but keeping the squeeze on as you continue throughout that range of motion and continue through the set. But it's another good exercise. I'll just show you from a slightly different angle here. Once again, good posture, shoulders back and square, chin up, squeeze on the ring. And you typically want to try to keep your arms parallel to the floor, meaning I'm not pushing up in the air, I'm not pushing down. Although those would be good variety of hitting those same muscle groups. So that's certainly an option for you if you'd like. Okay, now this one is one you might be familiar with using a kettlebell or dumbbells, but it's a modification of the Russian twist. So as you may know, to make it more difficult, you could raise your feet up or easier, feet down. But what you want to do on this one to make it tougher for you and still a Russian twist is you squeeze in on the ring. Once again, not as hard as you can, but go to one side, then to the other side of your hip. Once again, constantly squeezing on that ring. You want to lean back slightly, but you want to maintain balance, because if I lean back too far, my legs will want to do this, which isn't necessarily bad, but it is going to make it a lot more difficult for you. So you have to keep that in mind based on your fitness level. So kind of have to rely on the honor system here. If you know you can't do it that well, then don't try to bite off more than you can chew, because you could potentially hurt your back, only get a couple reps. And it doesn't really matter how many reps you get, you want to go for quality, not quantity. Now, you don't have to go to do as many until you throw up, but you want to do it so you do feel a good contraction in the abdominal region and working those muscles. And like I said, if it's too easy for you, then you're not going to benefit as much as if it is challenging. Okay? Okay, now there's two main ways of doing this one. You're also going to still be squeezing in on the ring, 1 foot back. You want to keep all the weight on that front leg because it's going to help work that leg harder, work it more, and also it makes this more of a balance exercise as well. So as my arms are above my head, once again, I'm squeezing on the ring, bringing my knee up, keeping that balance on the stabilizing leg, and separate. Squeeze and release. However, when I say release, I just mean separate. You want to try to keep the squeeze the whole time. So if you're trying for 12 to 15 reps, by the time you finish that last rep, it's going to feel it. So you want to not squeeze as hard as you can, but keep a squeeze on there so it's still a challenge. And the more challenge you will have is when your arms are further apart or further extended from the body. This will be a bigger challenge for you if you had your arms fully extended, come up and down. Now to modify it, I can really go back as far as I can, once again, just the toe tap, because that really changes my center of gravity by leaning, and that makes it even more of a balance exercise. Down and up, down and up. So on this next one, it's slightly different. So what you want to do on this one, I want to go to the side of my knee. So I'm not going to worry about doing the bending forward a lot. I still keep the squeeze inwardly on the ring, but I'm going to come to the side and up. It might feel a little funky at first, but what this does is it's going to work a little bit more of the obliques because you have a slight twist. I'm not overly torquing because I don't want to put pressure on my lower back. We get plenty of that lower back stuff when we're doing different daily activities, and you don't want to overly stress the lower back, even though once again that's part of your core as well. So just be mindful of your form and technique, take your time. You can speed things up if you want to here and there, but remember, if you go slowly, you're much more likely to be safer when you're trying to use this. Even though this isn't very intimidating, you can still hurt yourself with it. All right, so on this exercise, I'm gonna modify it by taking a knee. So no message behind that. It's just, you could do it from a chair. I don't really have a chair in here, so I'm doing it from one knee. I put the curved side here so it's comfortably on my knee or on the top part of my thigh there. Other two hands, I have one on top of the other. Doesn't matter which one you have on top, whichever you prefer. Keep my torso and head up. I'm gonna squeeze both hands down, keeping my arms extended. Hold for like a 1 count and up. So it's like 1,000 and up. 1,000, keeping that core engaged, and try to keep the ring steady. Because it might wobble some on you, but that's okay. You'll get used to it with a little bit of practice. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Now, depending on what kind of shape you're in, you typically want to do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps, maybe more. You can modify it by doing pulses if you want, and do it like that. It still works the core some, but I think when you have a better contraction by holding it for a little bit longer before release, that would be my personal opinion on that. But let me know what you think if you haven't tried this before. Tell me in the comment box below. So hopefully this video was helpful. If so, don't forget, give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel, helps the video get out there so more people can see it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. And let me know in the comment box below if there's any type of video or exercise routine you'd like me to show you, or whether it's educational or just a follow along type. Once again, I'm getting in better shape again since my procedure. So yeah, looking forward to it, and have a great day, everybody.